Tilola on Friday on our fourth episode of Generation Next. Being Baljala na newest program into with Nyima Jobarteh. Nyima Jobarteh keta moti mi alon ko musolem musu bamba nimba musu kema min karanta jang amandan janna atamata atara karambantala amurta nan kote ke kala banko saf Nyima bi tilola ba do ko la nawekle on the transmission and distribution department aketa moti je mi alon ko afaraman santa ni data musukunda e bato la moyla molela asake tumando bije modo bije mimba moljibe kam bi Nyima is not any new to them because ado ko la minna nawek mobe ya jele ngala mira before we even go further we're going to give the chance to Nyima for introduce to the many people out there miniba moljibe kanja on Kasa TV's Generation Next Science Nyima.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Kasa TV, for having me. This is a pleasure. Assalamu alaikum, badingol bal konton na ba ke alturnal konton wala. Ba fala ko alhamdulillah bim bijang ngani sotoka ye nji amen na jambi ngake anyama ko ya expect nyamen. Nyima Jobarteh telam dim follow la munti alhamdulillah na karan wala Johnny ni ajibe nga primary school ni nursery school be ke kaba fitale Brikama then na hata Botrop technical junior tara St Peters technical senior then tara GTTI nga 2 years kije certificate and diploma in electronics engineering then nga do ko start na wek power plant to go to power plant.
Yeah.
Nga do ko start wala follow then 2 years later and transfer to Brikama power plant. Be water then in 2016 I traveled to Ghana katana HND ke. Then after my HND I did my top up which is bachelor's bachelor's of technology in electrical and electronics engineering.
Yeah.
So I finished that in 2012. I mean 2022. And I returned back home, and then I got redeployed to NAVEX, the Transmission and Distribution Department. So as we speak, I'm now a system operator at the dispatch center in Brikama.
Yeah, come like that is showing the...
And also public relations officer, women in STEM Gambia, and advisor, National Society of Black Engineers, the Gambia.
Yeah, so we are attending Nyima has a very vast experience. Nyima do work well before Abatamala. So Amurda Nangye. So we wanna know, when did Nyima become an engineer?
Okay, technically I became an engineer in 2019 because that was when I graduated from the High National Diploma, and then I still continued to do my top up in the same university, Accra Technical University. Then I finished in 2022. So when I returned back in the Gambia, that was when NAWEC promoted me as an engineer, like officially as a practicing engineer. That was last year, 2022.
2022.
Yes,
so
July to be precise.
We want to know, Nyima Banumina before Katama, or well before she started with NAWEC, because you said you went to the GTTI, Yela, you know, program Sol Kije, Yela diploma program KJ. But one could say maybe time when you were on those programs, you were aside doing your technical work.
Okay.
What was Nyima doing by then?
Okay. Alhamdulillah, when I was doing my program at GTTI, I wasn't doing any corner jobs, but I used to be with my lecturers at GTTI, like when they are going on these domestic jobs, they take me along, show me stuff, like stuff that we have learned in school, but I was not doing it like to be paid for. Like I was doing apprenticeship. So when I finished, but then my first year I did my attachment at NAWEC for 3 months. So I left NAWEC to go back for my diploma. So as I explained to you, I was following people to gain some experience, but I was not doing it for any business purposes. I was just trying to gain experience in what I was learning. So when I finished in 2007, I was supposed to travel, but along the line something happened. Yes, so I couldn't travel. So I stayed home thinking that traveling was going to come because I was promised that I was going to travel. So unfortunately I couldn't. So when I came in 29, I had to work somewhere. Like you said, what was I doing? I almost forgot I was doing something. So I was working with some company called Bilco Trading. I was like a secretary. They do these importations of vegetables. So I was doing some secretarial job there, even though I was not trained as a secretary. But as an engineer, you are versatile. So then I got some issues there, so I left because I wasn't comfortable there, and they accused me of stealing a mobile phone. So I left, and then Nawek called and said that they wanted, because when I applied at Nawek after my diploma, so they called me in and asked if I was still interested in the job, and I was like, yes, I'm interested in the job. So I started work in 2019. Yes.
So you started with
No,
Nawek.
2009.
You started with Nawek in 2009.
Yes.
And then after how many years did you travel to Ghana?
When I started Nawek in 2009, like I told you, I was in Kotu till 2012. Then I was moved to Brikama. I worked in a power plant. I've been in a power plant throughout.
But on a different capacity you handle now?
Yes. So when I traveled to Ghana, I spent 5.5 years in Ghana. Because of COVID, we had to stay in there, spent 5.5 years. So when I came back, that was when I got redeployed to a different department that I've never worked in Nawek. I hope that answered your question.
Sure,
okay.
it do. So tell us your experience, your time in Ghana, because that was your first time traveling. Yes. You were very much accustomed to the atmosphere. So just at some point in time, you had to go to Ghana. So yeah. Ghana, what was your take?
Yeah, it wasn't easy because, like I mentioned, I did HND then BTech, and my intention was to do BSc, and I even got admission at the Kwame Nkrumah University to do my BSc. But things happened, and up to 5 days before I left for Ghana, I had to change universities. So when I arrived in Accra, I wasn't happy because my friends went to Kumasi, and they were going to spend 4 years in Ghana, and I was supposed to spend 5 years. So I wasn't happy. I didn't like Ghana. What I did was I buried my head on my books. Like in my books, like all I do is study. I was not having any social functions, attending any social functions, so it was quite tough. So all I was doing was, but then Ghana was a bit tough for me in another way because, like you said, it was my first time traveling out of the country. I realized this is a whole different environment. First, I'm from a country where Muslims dominate Christians. Sorry to bring in religion, but I went to a whole different area where there is the opposite. It wasn't, there was no tribalism, but then I had to manage to adjust myself within that system. I remember the first time there was Ramadan. I'm used to the Gambia, at 5 o'clock all you hear is frying all over, food is smelling, there's the Quran recitations and the like. And I'm in a hostel and music is being blown all over, so I was a bit confused. And the school too was a bit tough. Their educational system is a bit let me not say bit, it's way tougher than us because they put a lot of pressure on you. There is no excuse. Like in the Gambia, you could say, I'm sick, I'm this, I'm that, and somebody will sympathize with you. No, there is no pity. Once you are enrolled in school, you sacrifice and study. So from my first year was quite tough because I didn't like the country. I didn't like it at all. But then
maybe that was because of it was your first time experience. And
also that I didn't go to the university I wanted to go to do the program I wanted to do. Yes, but alhamdulillah, it all turned out very well. I didn't like the 5 years, but honestly with you, I got into this National Society of Black Engineers. I got involved, Ghanaians brought me in. I didn't like it. They wanted me to be president and I didn't like it. So it's because I was not Ghanaian, having to be a student leader, leading Ghanaians. I didn't know how that would work. But these are people who, education is very important. They handled it well. They even supported me through it. So that helped me, boosted my morale. We traveled to Rwanda together with Ghanaians. I was the only Gambian, came back. So I got the exposure. We did our international conference where the members from the US came. So it got me exposed, made it easy. The education became easy. The HOD knew some of my bosses at Nawek, so he was very supportive. So the education later became so nice. I got involved in so many educational stuff. I started loving the country, and I got support from a Gambian who is now my husband. So I was entrusted to him to help me through, and he was very, very helpful. He helped me through, and I settled in very well. As I was leaving Ghana, I made very good networks in Ghana.
So is this showing how vital it is to study outside your borders?
It is, because it gives you that exposure. It is not good to be confined in one place because you think that the world revolves around you. But when you get out there, you get that exposure. You go to a whole different environment, see different kinds of people. Then you realize that the world is so vast. There is a lot to tap into out there. You are able to broaden your horizon. You are able to be open-minded. Very important, because I wasn't open-minded when I was leaving this country. Like my dad, if you know my dad, you will know that all he does is once you are from school, that's the end. When I graduated from school, I was working in Nawek, and when I closed from Friday, I don't open our gate till Monday. I don't know how to go out. I wasn't too exposed. So sometimes I go out though, but like generally we thought we should stay home. It's good to stay home, yes. But then, but in all tara, so I ninga kodol lenka barale, but saying. I'm like, okay, been there, done that. So it was good that I left this country. And I would advise people to really travel. It's good. Because I can prepare. Yes, it shows you how for a lot of things. How the world revolves outside. Yes, because there were times I cried in Accra and thought the world would crumble on me. And I have realized at the end of the day that when kele motime anako bi ay ndadale. Comme deto ka modadale. Ha, deto ka modadale. Ke prepare for the next step. Thank you so very much. Najibe Alminiba Muljibe right now on Kasa TV Generation Next. Nyima Jobarteh ngalon jama biji mini alon ko inene ato moyle perhaps maybe imaje Alimbaramba friend ko a warm welcome to the show for the benefit of those joining us now. Nyima, we're gonna go with our with another question. As a lady in a woman in a man dominated industry, you must have taken a bold step to be here today. So can you tell us what inspired your career choice? Thank you very much. I really appreciate this question because all credit goes to my late father. May Allah bless him and grant him Jannatul Firdaus. When I went to when I was supposed to choose a school, because you know then we used to write common entrance, so you have to choose a school. This is going to make me feel old, but then so I asked my dad, which school should I choose? He said Bottrop. I was surprised. My mom was like Alphacan, because my mom is an alumni of Alphacan. So my dad was like, no, she's going to Bottrop. He said, why Bottrop? Bottrop is technical school, let it go. At that moment, what my dad, but my dad used to be my role model. Like my dad, I worship everything he says. So I was like, okay, I don't know Bottrop thing, but I'll go in. My friends were going to Alphacan, but man, that.
Is that because
yes, he used to be a very open-minded man. He respects everybody. Like he doesn't make decisions and impose them on you. He suggests it, and mostly nibla hanoma. Sometimes nibla hanoma and you feel like you don't want to do it again. He will not push you. So when I went to Bottrop, so I chose my subjects. By default, all women go into home science. So I went to home science class. You would be shocked. I was so bored. I was sleeping in the class. Mrs. Jallow, I met her at Marina International some time ago, and I reminded her of that. She sent me out of the class because I was sleeping. And when I stepped out, I was like, okay, let me go to the guys, because I loved playing with guys. Green never liked that because they don't like that. So I went to the guys. That was how I joined in the metal and woodwork class as the only woman in the class. So when I came back home, my father found me drawing engineering vice. I can still remember, and I told him that. Engineer. Hey,
for me, it's tower engineering or class or like metal.
That was the game changer.
Yeah, so that was all coincidental.
Yes, and you'll be shocked because my metalwork teacher was a Nigerian and woodwork teacher was a Sierra Leonean. They all embraced it. Boys all family, they all embraced, and just like that. My friends were in home science class. So you
started to love the momentum.
Yeah, every bit of it. Every bit of it. For grade 9, we went to grade 9 for St. Peter's. But
what I'm going to for the first time you can go that I want to be an engineer.
Like he felt that was too ambitious. Even though he sent me to a technical school, he didn't think within a month or so, I was going to choose my career and then hold on to it. Like he didn't see that coming. And generally, being in the morning, like I'm a go taker. Like go get Like when I want to do something, I just go all out. So bring over but he never stopped me. biri result all nata aje ala broda ko nyako ite musol be home size ite ka metal work no I didn't even mind him. Yeah. My uncle, if he's watching me, he'll be like, you didn't mind. Yeah. I didn't say anything. I just continued. My dad never stopped me. So I had a senior school man and St. Peter's. He never stopped me because I got engineering na teachers only advise the course. St. Peter's is the best. So Mbama konyako unko Gambia haye ke Dr. Roti. So but at that point, because I was the best science student in that year in speech and prize giving. So I was like, okay, since I'm the best science teacher, science student, and I'm the head girl, everyone is encouraging me, so maybe I should just go into it. So after the grade 9 exams, they organized a class for us, medicine in the future. So we were doing extra classes and all, but then when I told my dad I wanted to go to Gambia, it was like, I'm for the country high. Because you go to St. Peter's. Why change the battle? But I actually wanted to shift. So I was like, oh, this man. Okay. Because he didn't, yeah.
So like meaning I'm chance dealer to explain.
Yes.
Because I mind make up the
because what don't we change sure. So I went to St. Peter's and I now had a problem with the veil. So I still wanted to leave St. Peter's. So he went to Mr. Bojang Prukansa on the Nostra. Mr. Bojang came to look at St. Peter's technical level. It's good for her, let her be there. I didn't know about 3 years the water. So a lot of people, and you'll be shocked. Yeah. Have you realized now engineering career has been pushed by men? From my teachers, they are men. My dad, Mr. Bojang is a man. So it has always been men pushing. So I was like, at some point, but at some point later, I was not given the chance to shift. Yeah. I was being motivated to focus and
maybe
and do it.
That is the reason why you are this strong. You believed in yourself.
Yes.
Because many be a coma, many be a post.
Yeah, I don't know. They think they know what they have seen, and they are not giving me the opportunity. You're a teenager. Teenager, you have to be very careful the way you have to be there, guide, because I can fall off the wagon very easily. Sure. So alhamdulillah for the people I had in my life, they were there to guide me through. From my teachers at St. Peter's, the principal Celestine, everyone was there to motivate me. And to push me, yeah.
You started before you went to Ghana. Ghana, you met this man who is your husband today.
Yes.
How do you balance your career and your marriage successfully?
Like I told you, alhamdulillah, for someone who pushed me and helped me through this career, molded me and saw that as hard as Ghana was, I was never hungry. He cooks for me. As tough as that country was.
What a caring man.
Yes. If you study in Ghana, you will realize that the place is quite challenging, even for men. Yeah. So I never doubted, it turned out that he became my husband, that he would be supportive. In fact, he doesn't give you peace. He wants you to develop yourself. That's the kind of person he is. Okay. So the challenges I have right now is, because I like to be good in everything I do. So I want to be a good wife, and I want to be a good engineer. I don't want to be an electrical engineer and then be telling the men, oh, I have to go and cook, because it's my choice. Yeah. It's my choice that I want to do this, so I have to deliver. So balancing that is where the challenge is. Balancing between being a very good wife and being a very good engineer. Because, to be honest with you, I won't lie, it's challenging. The men have everything taken care of for them in the homes. Yeah. So they focus on the job, because that's how they are even built. Because
so meaning like, I mean, you know that as a wife, you have to be in control of household routines. So being in control of household routines, and then to be in control of your work. Because you want to be the best of what you do in your work, and you want to be the best in your marital house. Yes. So pourquoi vous full balance? Because you want to be the best here, you want to be the best here. Among easy.
Not that this office is putting a lot of pressure on me, or the home is putting pressure on me. Until I left to be good in both. Not even to challenge as such, but then to own up to my responsibilities. Yeah. That's it. But not that the office is not helping, because even the motivation I got, the person who motivated me to go and do my first degree was my boss, and he's the guy. And he's my boss. He was my boss. So if the office was not supporting me, they won't push me into that. So the office is supportive, but then it is challenging because, like, sometimes, especially during the Ramadan, I'm an operator. If the system is messed up, some feeders are down and the like. So you are leaving the office knowing very well things are not okay. So that's a bit tough because you also need to go home. Not that at the home too, they are forcing you to come and cook also, but you have that as a wife, you want to be the one to cook for the family, because that is also a love language, to at least cook for people and have them appreciate it. So I would wish that there is a system in place where women are given the opportunity to be good at work and to be good at home by having flexible working hours for women. Yes, I hope we have this, because we don't need to, sometimes we see women as if they are weak because they are pregnant, or they are married, or they are breastfeeding. That's not a weakness. That is a strength of its own. Because a pregnant woman is actually carrying a whole human being in her body. That is complete strength. So could there be flexibility in our systems so much that this woman that is supposed to leave work and go and settle things at home, which is also a full-time job, is not seen as somebody who is weak in what she is doing, but then is seen as somebody who is trying to do 2 full-time jobs at the same time. Yes, I hope that someday we have that system so that I don't feel guilty leaving office to go and settle home, or I don't feel guilty leaving home to settle office. There is that flexibility that we are seeking, and we hope to get it.
So that flexibility is gonna somehow relieve the burden.
Yes, because it's really a burden. Some women are going through a lot. Alhamdulillah, I have a little bit of balance. But some women, I know people who are managers, senior managers. They close from work at 4, go to the market, or sometimes they have shoppings done. They cook. I'm telling you, they cook and then serve fresh food. Then prepare for work tomorrow. They have kids to take care of. As a woman, you may not know how hard that is, but as a woman, I know how hard that is. Because when you close from work, you are completely tired. What you need is a rest, because you are also a human being.
Despite of the capacity they are occupying at work. They have to go through this at the home.
Yes, because at home, you have people, maybe your husband is not even a problem, but you have people who, when they don't see you cook, because the Gambia, we think that a woman should cook. There is no way you should not cook. When they don't see you launder, then you're not a good wife. These things, we should shy away from them. Because you can get help. Everybody needs help at some point. You can get help, and then that doesn't stop you from being a good wife. You are not a servant, you are a wife. You are a partner to your man, not his servant. So there should be that understanding from the husband's side, from the husband's family, from everyone in the society. Because, like, you can have your own mom tell you, you don't cook. How can you not cook for your husband? So because our society doesn't think there shouldn't be any way that somebody shouldn't cook. So it's difficult for women. Women in my field are struggling because engineering is quite demanding.
So meaning as a people, we have to be
supportive.
It is, you know, the time to work on such a flexibility to make so we fit in women that are facing these daily challenges.
Because I've seen women who, Alhamdulillah, I'm sorry. I've seen men who will say, "Nte buka muso employ, kanti ya employ the economy." Are you okay? Somebody is contributing to the development of the country, like literally. Because hadamading, sorry for my language, but ni mola mang harje itna. So why ita bofala? Why ita bofala? So to change this, we need to have a lot of women CEOs, because muso la pain lam. Even though there are some men who are very, very understanding and helpful.
So I think it is, I mean, the right time for them to understand. Yeah, long ko musol coming face, like coming ila doko nying iba balance can with their work. Amanke kuti mi alonka
soniata.
So amanke ko adiate ne kudol bije ibokalafika ke suo kono. But it is down to the nature of their
job. Because we have a webinar we do as women in STEM Gambia. We struggle with timing. I'm telling you something serious. Sometimes you have a program on a Saturday. I'm telling you, people with PhDs, they will be telling you, I have soups to cook. I cannot come. Because if they don't do that to the man, or the man, somebody will tell them, my man needs me today. I don't want to him to feel like I'm giving him too much space. So you see, these are challenges, and nobody will want that. As a good wife, it's a love for your partner to be lonely. And the man can go to work and close at 10, but society sees that as not a problem, and the woman is also lonely. But let a woman try that, then there is a problem. I'm not saying that there should not be situations where people should be stay-home wives. I'm not saying this. But once you have chosen a person who is a career woman, and you agreed that you want to have a career woman, when you have her, please don't frustrate her.
But a telephone and muso, you, I mean, make your background check on the guy you're gonna marry.
That's also
because
true.
near kyo futu mi alonko doesn't believe in career ladies.
Yes.
I don't believe ko muso nyanda kata do ku wala le muso fana nyanda ka, I mean, kata nyini ndiro wala le nyo mako yule suwo kono. But what the guy believes is that ko muso nyanda sila suwo kono le. I mean, suwo kono jibe ke wakata. So obviously in many occasions ngajele like ni muso nyanda futu akesi faye. Things get complicated.
Get complicated, quite complicated.
So it matters for them.
Background check. Sometimes
because
the family, because there are some men, they cannot protect their wives. So ni na to family sifato. Keo malafa ya kabraza hey yalo ni ko itelo simoto, there is nothing I can say. That is a very difficult condition. Your husband cannot protect you, and the first criteria of a husband is to be able to protect you. So these are tough situations for women.
So it is down to how you get to meet your woman, because as far as you already said, like the way you met your man, where you came from, you know.
And I don't know how I accidentally met somebody. I don't like to bring in my my relationship in my interviews, but
so what helped a lot? What helped a lot? So amada telephone, muso mi alonko, you are career oriented, you wanna at least have a focus on your career, build yourself. Pour kalong ibe fan lean la on
exactly
type of a man
from the grassroots, from the mom helping. Like my mom used to help me study English language. Was not my problem in primary school because my mom would always help me study. Television or nobody watches it, Nyima essay. So to my dad helping, I saw how my dad helps my mom. So I've been I didn't come from a toxic family, so I was not used to. So now that no man any support from my husband, it would have been a big blow for me because I'm not used to toxic relationship. So alhamdulillah, sometimes I get locked left and sometimes we may do background checks on this man, but it's a for you do and there's nothing you can do because musuma la fi yela fengol paki ba ma second manika kunda Africa e kam fo ni tata fo dum daw kay faaje
because so stigma lem pour kaboje because ni bodaje you kind of feel some stigma
serious not kind of serious stigma am pare sobe yalla am pare marola
from those people me along go fay man feng understand
no they don't know anything about your life
they
don't know anything about it, but they will judge you. That's another thing we need to stop in this country. Like when I became an engineer, I got judged a lot. Like Kedo Holam and then I had a lot of serious challenges in that area. And then always
we will come to that.
Okay.
Like we STEM, women in STEM, they are doing great. Association Lemianoko, they are doing great. And Yalonte, I don't want to say vulnerable, but all the time, ninga any kind of association or fenko, like let's say association or union, me alonko, like I mean those we see as vulnerable people. Sorry for the word though. Wole ba kono pour kanyo sembintia kanyo muta to lead each other on the right way. I really love it. So ninga musolje mi alonko iba in a male dominated traits be yaje ko okay maybe we have to form this association manyo muta manyo sembuntia la nyami. Maybe we can do something exciting out there, something inspiring out there. Mimba tinalan tol fanang motivation of means at our tender age, during a grow in school, maybe didn't want me along could be ilafta kanyineke, but a man such kind of motivation. So this would be a motivation to them. This would be a motivation. So Kalone, what is your role at We STEM?
Okay, Women in STEM Gambia. I will start with a brief intro of who we are. Women in STEM Gambia is an association that was founded by Kodu Jengay. She's a senior manager at Gamcel. She came up with the idea that we come up with a society, from a society where we have two genders, male and female, and 50% of each. So if you pin 50% at one corner and stop them from developing, contribution to the development of the country, how does that country develop? Because we all know the fastest growing countries today economically are those that are into technology. Advancement of technology is very important in the development of any country. So she said we have to come up with an association that will help in motivating girls and women to go into the STEM fields. So this is what we do. We get girls into career guidance, we give them career guidance, and we give them mentorship. So I am the public relations officer of Women in STEM Gambia, and I'm so happy to be in that position because there is a lot I want to do, and as the mouthpiece of the association, I have that opportunity to do now.
To do so.
Yeah.
Okay. How does STEM empower women in different industries? Because you are an engineering, technical engineer. Molbije Miyalonko, they are into different kind of engineering into different fields. Come here for your wisdom, among engineering, mathematics, science, anything about science, technical and engineering. So Dolbije Miyalonko even in other different fields. How do you, how are you able to empower women in those different industries?
So what we do is we have 500 membership base. Professionals are there. You will be shocked in different kinds. We have scientists, we have aerospace engineers, we have medical doctors, we have computer scientists. So what we do is to reach out. First, we have a WhatsApp group where communication is way easier because we actually are able to reach out all the members at once.
So that would be by day?
Yes. Yes, on the run. So, but our president also suggested that we open chapters in schools because we have to reach out to these kids at the grassroots level. These are two strategies we put in place.
The young girls?
Yes.
You think they need the motivation the most?
Oh yes, because I have seen people who graduate from senior school with their results in their hands. I'm telling you, 9 credits, and you ask them what do you want to do, they will tell you I have not decided yet. That is very, very serious.
Serious?
Because that is quite late.
Yeah.
Yes, a lot can be done at that stage, but I wish you knew what you wanted to do earlier.
Yeah.
So we open chapters in senior schools. We have a chapter in Nusrat, Marina International, Sibek, Methodist, Mansakole Bojang in Brikama, Nusrat. So what we do is we organize, my president, I'll give all credits to her for that.
Sure.
She organized a career, an academic program for them. Each semester they will have a program that we will do. First semester we will do panel discussion where they will come up with topics for covering all the science, technology, engineering and mathematics areas. Then do that panel discussion. Then second term research programs where they will do presentations because we've seen that we only get exposed to research in university and then it becomes so tough because you have no idea how research is done.
So meaning this is going to prepare them.
Prepare them, exactly.
For the future.
Yes.
Yeah.
So basic research, yes, but then it will open their mind to what research is about. Then the third term, we will do career fair where they will dress in their engineering attires and then do some display of like they will build some probably prototype projects and then dress in whatever career that they wish to. Like if you are a doctor, you dress like a doctor, and like then we professionals will come and network with them so that when they get that closeness, they see us practice these programs. They will know that women actually get into these fields and we excel.
Why not us?
So yes, why not us? So we've visited these schools and I've seen a girl who raised her hand and said, "Madam, can an average student become a pilot?" She's a science student. I said, "What makes you think you are an average student? Is that how you see yourself?" She said, "Yes." This is a girl who got very good results in her grade 9, but because of the lack of mentorship and lack of encouragement, and somebody maybe did not ever help her in boosting her own confidence, so she had this inferiority complex.
And the moral was draining.
I told her, "What do you want to become?" She said, "A pilot." I said, "In my power, I will do whatever I can to make sure that you become a pilot." And I was able to take her to the airport. We went to the tower and she was so lucky to see a plane take off. The controller was talking to her and she was like, let me watch this. Like, it was an experience for us. We had the opportunity to talk to pilots. So these are the things we do. One-on-one guidance with the professionals, and it is boosting their morale. We've seen a lot of change in the girls. So with the parents, we have planned to come up with a plan to visit communities to talk to the parents, so that parents who are saying their children should not go into these fields will understand that these are not some forbidden fields. There are fields women can go to, and some will tell you there are some fields when you do it as a woman you will not have children. So
you just want to prove to them that it is a mere notion. Yes.
Because we are all engineers, scientists, doctors, and we are all practicing. And normally, I just told you I'm married. And then you can become an engineer. Not all engineers hold screwdrivers or become dirty. There are different types of engineering. There are different types of fields that you can do where you would still stay feminine, but in a male-dominated field. Yes.
Yeah. So woketa kutimi alonko anyata bakena because comme yemin foten dindin jamal lebije mini alonko they just want to be like you.
Yes, and also I'm sorry for cutting you, but we also do webinars. Online programs where we have adults who come in, and we've not been able to get to them at community level. We reach them online. We do webinars on programs. Our professionals come up with programs that they talk about a particular topic, and also at the end of the day we do question and answer session. And also right now we are doing another series which I'm going to host again on Saturday. We call it My Journey So Far. Each professional will come and talk about their journey. We believe that if women out there, parents out there, or girls out there hear our stories, they will be like, wow, so it's doable. Not that it is easy, but then it's doable.
So the most vital thing you're doing right now, Wolen can make so album cake and your inspiration, your futa wulu lalma.
Yes.
Because most of the times it will like the biggest hurdle. Because the new jama na lafta cafe among inspiration wala man that opportunity je ala wulu la bala akakoli ama baken. So it starts with the parent. So atol ka wala ke pour ka je ko ka parents will meet ka je ko maybe somehow they can maybe take off from that stance they're holding on. Katandi la ko nying is just a notion mi ko molla mira. Yeah. So Allah was sirisol that would do because nale was sirisol bondi afuta tema hanata alme meet no in passing because you cannot meet all these parents in passing. But obviously nalka ke in a digital technology alka disseminate and they come across with yajibe. Obviously that will go a long way into convincing them ko yara from musose nyin keno. So what about, because right now didn't will be jela mini yalonko allote kaje ko ye la dreams all achieve, they be like you because they had a dream, that commitment sort of like to be like this, but among support means sort of from the family side. Ale dindin jelle long mini yalonko bi alla nafa analba advocacy minna after tema for be nafa sort of je fo ilafta minna iba keka.
Yeah. We are very young though, we started last year, but you will be shocked that people actually got scholarships through our help. Not that we are blowing our own trumpet, but we have seen people who thought I may never get what I want because the funds are not there. So people actually expose people to scholarship sites where they apply. People actually, I personally got a student who said she lost her parents. She was with the grandmother, and the grandmother also passed away. So she asked for money for transport. Sorry for saying this here. Not that I'm trying to.
It's okay since you are not, giving out the name.
Mentioning her name, yes.
It's okay.
So I felt, okay, we can give her money, but would that solve our problem? We need to get her a permanent solution. So we started looking for permanent solution. Fortunately, we got a foundation that is ready to take care of her school to any level and even take her outside the country once her results are good, because that is also one of their criteria, one of their criteria rather. You have to be very excellent in academics. So when young Jamal Memelke can duma, because we don't really want to be showing off also, but we are really helping people. And in an ibe arts, no offense to arts though, but the arts choose just because ya miracle musu nyanta arts lekela. So well kafanya ko mtema sai malafika nyingi but sai great level, what do? I advise them at private exams. They are ready to do this. Pre left time in the future yake. Me la ko ka homole ko na parenting ngamo so me ko I was able to take her out na expose ndi aba ma fa muta dingoti because aka aba mi da kan ala ko adingu talented aba ma any support so aba mi da kan know how to get her out there and I was able to and my president our advisor Dr. Jojo Tambedu Afana is doing wonders for the girls out there. A lot of our members, almost every person, because we have mentors who are taking care of students. So everyone, and even when a mentor can, what you do is to push the person. So I have seen people literally, they were almost falling off the wagon, and we picked them up and accelerated them. Even though last year last year October registered and on this year March and launching at Sadada Karaba. Center.
Thank you so much. Dinding wala mini mentor can be, and mini alonko they are inspiring to be in the fields that we STEM is advocating for. In a long run, it are in the field or maybe that are food or before even they get married, there are these challenges that they're gonna face. Maybe you mentioning out those challenges is gonna help them a big way because be prepared and then they would know actually the challenges they're going to face in the long run. So we want to know, Ite, as a 13-year experienced lady in this field, what challenges have you faced as a woman in a male-dominated industry?
Yes. The biggest challenge we all face, almost all of us face, is that you have to prove yourself twice as good as the man that you have the same qualification and experience with in the same field. This is quite wrong because I don't need to prove myself. Once I am qualified, the man is not proving herself anyway. So why am I supposed to prove myself? So this is something we go through every day.
And that is the stereotype.
Yes. And that stereotype, that is one thing we women in STEM want to break. Like we want to break all STEM barriers.
Could that be a stereotype that many of the CEOs out there believe in?
Yes, because there is this notion that women are weak, so men are strong. Like I told you, because the work environment favors them. But women are actually doing great out there. I've seen women leaders in companies who are doing perfect jobs than the men. No comparison, no competition. We want to complement each other to develop this country. There is no fight.
There's
no fight. Yes, there's no fight. But what I'm trying to say is, sometimes, like I told you, I've been redeployed to transmission and distribution. Sometimes I'll pick the phone. I'm the boss. My Ghanaian accent has chipped in. I'm the boss. And these people will call, hello, ask the shift head. I said, hello. They said, Yakana Faneka. Because they had a female voice. Why Makana Faneka? And when the man picks, who is my junior, Yakana Faneka will not be said. So I had to prove myself, and sometimes I have to, as soon as I pick, I have to introduce myself before they give me that respect to listen. Sometimes I call and say, close this feeder, Yokanga, Joma Key, and that person is my junior. So you see, I will not lie to you, it's challenging. Once they see a woman or they hear a woman's voice, they're like, okay, and this is not supposed to be. I studied, I trained well, that is why I'm seated here. And I am telling you to do something, you are telling me you won't do until you talk to my junior. That junior takes directives from me. Yes, all of them are so experienced in the field. But then the respect is not there because I'm a woman. This happens to a lot of people. Like my boss would tell me, sometimes when he gives us something, when I was at the power plant, then he would say, Nyima, I want you to take care of this. I will sit back because I know they will not listen to me. Then when he comes and then he finds the work not done the way he wants it, he said, but I told you to supervise that. Gorilla, they were not listening to him, and he was like, you have to let your voice be heard. He's now in the US, wherever he is, I wish him well, because he really pushed me. You have to let your voice be heard. So even when I went to Ghana, sometimes some men want to make me look like I don't know what I'm doing or I'm not sufficient. I don't agree to it.
And I don't let it happen. You see through it that notion is catching up their brain because you are a lady.
Sometimes they can't even hide it. It's unfortunate.
Which is not fair. It's so unfortunate. Nyima, economy is very important. We used to have that feeling. We used to believe in that notion. Be another change because they are in these male-dominated fields and they are even doing bigger than the men are doing. So ni bini muso da fire will also be defy. I have found proof to that level. I think that is enough pour que will be saje ko yara fan tul nga mi miranu woman tara kere. I think now is the time.
Yes.
Because if Nyima could be in charge of such a capacity mi alon ko Nyima is leading hundreds of men. What is enough pour katan di molla ko system will change.
System will change, and we hope that it continues. That there are men who are very conscious, wallahi, very, very conscious. I remember we had some visitors from Senegal, and when they arrived, they called, I picked up, they said, Nyima, I said, yes, because that was the first time they spoke to me. When they asked who I was, then I said, the shift head, electrical engineer. They said, then Nuis. These are men. Alpha Lemuiti, because in Imoto Fellow, and follow filter like, hey, what is this? They came, they were asking me stuff, they gave me their email address and said we should be interacting and all. So some, I will say the truth, some men probably this thing starts in the homes. Because musole beta biro kala, musole bela fengo kule, ite keo mansa ke mala stile, musole so ite nyanda no muso do yakara dawada.
Nite musu je ka je ko ila musu.
So swolo kono fana nyanda regle lale. Ngana kewol dinniwol kamani tara stile ka fa sungu dinno ko hey ala sira ngodi ala esi. Kewol man so we change. Kewo ya itanda ko nyimui do malto o nyimui bare muso do bala fae. Os balafal wole na family next start a suokono at koleala mul sensitization at koleala mul outside. We are doing our best, and there are a lot of improvements because kamanol fana ba try can assign.
Thank you so much. We want to know, because Nying Hodul Solbe are something that you faced, but you try humanly possible. Kaje ko also be defined. How do you try to defy those odds?
Okay.
Because
one thing you don't want to do is kill enemy at work. So some are provoking you, but you don't want to. Because the work environment is supposed to be very friendly and very conducive. So you ask the woman, because already they feel superior to you. So I'm not saying that you should see less of yourself and yela do we dori kande more for that. But coming yante ye kum fan ni jiola ya itande ko nte jutu lam fanade because kaiti ko yo wolen sinde jam comme kaiti ko yo fan sinde jam. So that's what I do. That's what I do always. When I was at the power plant, they used to call me Margaret Thatcher. So because I saw that ejutana anom natara fanga ya feel ko ya lontile ko don karande bar kana jutuna I should be teachable because every day moka karan but you should teach me, but don't treat me disrespectfully.
Differently.
So those kind of challenges were there. Lama weka silanda vankata ka moyo ko kewa because it like doko ke back. So no mo doko ke back in ni physical experience of it. So kama le vankana ka ni explain because we jutulela. But work ke some men ba man ke bete. So what I do is like nka cross role like who can I work with? Who can I not work with? And me alon ko jang kangole be mbulu nyanta melon dan ka nte nya kono jibel but I will do it respectfully and I will do it peacefully fana and fana I will make sure that I also deliver well because ni lafta fana moye irrespect if you respect me and lalde
for real
if you respect me and so that's another thing I do so fana sometimes you can understand
well neko respect is reciprocal so the moment me like I'm a normal form pour kewo e kata ni musola ko njudutela because imum musoldi na mari ma keno ama keno adandala inda kela nyame but kala ndala ko mom believe ko you can do this and I believe you cannot do this because you are a woman what is not done so woketa kulti mi ala ko ke wonyanda make solo le nga woji ko nyim falling nga musol jibe as not our adversaries but our partners
very
so
important.
Whatsoever we can do we give them a try nga jibe fo ba keno le fo ta keno but you don't just condemn them ka fo ko ata keno la because musolem because
hani kila time sallallahu alaihi wasallam musol contribute towards the development of this deen nata no musoma kumaya ebe keep in the house right so it is very important that both genders work together any bankoje one of the reasons why amutra ko wolong musol be ko mo bakele
ko min nga musol ami nye jenkende karala
bake ite mina musol be an ko they had excellent results common entrance if form 1 rek fat ye bonde school ye futunde
just like him for I believe ko ite you came along, you are career oriented for be alayake yeke wo mit mi alonko is helping you way out pour kaje ko you balance your career with your marriage. But would you believe ko ninga fo ko there are maybe like out of 10 there are another like 7 people me alonko they just want to be like you but it must don't know because of marriage.
Yes, 7. Are you serious? 9.5. I have seen this.
Yeah.
I've seen this. Some women are struggling.
Yeah.
Some women are struggling. Futuola Carola. I mean,
yeah, because nga musol mitle ni ka kachai kami fonyo wolen ko I would like to do this, I would like to do but na futu ota dilan. So I don't want to go I mean deep with them but nga understand leko imagine e kyawol le nyata. Because ike maya tandila leko ite you are a housewife, this is what you're going to do. Even though they have the capabilities, yes, that formal education.
And some of these STEM programs they require because Gambia jang tella jang ma obe develop ke. So most of these trainings and these workshops specific.
Yeah.
So some of these STEM fields they require a lot of traveling. Come and see the hurdle. That's where another hurdle is. Keo tama kilim fulake. Atabe tama 100 times. But tama kilim fulake rege. Ila tama bina siya kan naku. And don't need to tama stop. You will not develop yourself. And engineering is constant innovation.
Yeah, constant innovation.
So need a man to develop ka. It look woman.
It look woman. For it. Okay. Our next question is I mean, what challenges about becoming face as a woman in a male-dominated industry, and how did you overcome them? I think that is
like
the question we
because that one is a very very. I think if I want to mention all the challenges and how I overcome them, we will sleep here. But then, in a nutshell, you have to prove yourself. You may not have the strength they have, so they see that as a weakness, but they don't know you can use your brains. You can use your brains. So what I want us to do. What I always want them to understand is that I may not be able to give you the strength you need, but I have the brains. So if we put brains and strength together, imagine what we will achieve.
Awesome.
Exactly. So what do we do to make sure that we make use of every human being? I've seen a man who my lecturer would say, they used to say he's very, very lazy. But when the project manager came and asked him, he said, everybody is complaining you're lazy. Why? He said, I'm scared of heights. So I want, if you give me work, you will see. When they gave him work, they said he was the best. So we should realize that in every society or every group, everyone has strengths and weaknesses.
And that comes by dialogue because nimela moimola.
Exactly.
Ye moje.
Yeah, George.
Yeah, George. Obviously, you don't listen to them. You became a weakness long, and you become why that weakness. But imagine the moment minna ya nyininka mune ya tinna. Because
because the project manager nyim fana yete la diamota adron ya close water. He would never hear him out. He would never have heard him out. So in the fields where you have women and you think some women have strength more than men, don't be surprised. But some women too don't have that strength. But they have a lot of experience or a lot of abilities because engineering is not only manpower. There are engineers who will never hold, and they are doing wonders. They do designing, they do a lot of stuff. So why don't you tap into those and not make them look like you cannot be an engineer because you don't have the strength? It's wrong. So these are challenges that I face. These are challenges that other women face. And what like I told you, what I try to do always is to try to prove myself and try to do as much as I can to be seen as one who is in an environment that she deserves to be in. It's a bit tough, but then it's an everyday challenge that we go through, and we hope that someday it stops.
And you're gonna urge men to be listening to women, so that they can know their challenges, their problems, and
any man I am close to, if they are watching today, they will tell you. Any man I'm close to, when you are married, I will let you know. Listen to your wife. Dialogue is very important. Are you listening to your wife? Or probably I'm telling you have juniors, they are ladies. Do you know their challenges? Menstrual period is something that people don't think is painful, but it's painful and it's difficult. A woman in a month goes through a lot of hormonal changes. One day she's happy, the next day she's not. And society buffalo genitology. Do men know this?
And there are countries countries right now who are giving out menstrual leaves.
Because it's painful and it's difficult.
Whensoever a woman is on
her menses, then she stays home. She needs to stay home. Some of us feel dizzy. We feel sick.
Some countries are giving it out.
Yes, and moody. so ndanga na ngadi amite say ni musol kulba ta tel kato ite jinato yara no wote ala ye dawol nyam so do men know this they don't mothers should be talking to their sons let them understand women's body ngana ke tabut ha kele na ke kunda musole ta muskunda anu nyile nga futula sama ibe nyolo na nyaadi le wol ka tara futu kan as partners ibuka nyolo fo efa because kelbe ke kunda musole musukunda akole kala so we have to work on this
and dialogue nyimfana
very important dialogue mom is very important very, very important.
So, what advice would you have to for women aiming for leadership roles in male-dominated industries? Because Eba, you are a leader, and you started this some time back. So one can say you have a very big experience in it. What advice would you have for women that wanna be leaders, you know, in a male-dominated?
I work in a department where the manager is a woman. She's very young, but yes. This is the work. We have to face the work. You cannot disrespect me, I won't let you. This is her character. This is her style. So any woman out there who wishes to go into these fields should never hold back. Whatever you want to be in this world, let nobody stop you. It is your desire, go for it. And when you go for it, never second guess yourself, never question yourself, never look low upon yourself, never feel any inferiority complex. Don't question your decisions. Whatever you, just be sure that you are right within within law, within everything that it requires in that job. Once you have all that, just go in for it. And when you get in there, make sure nobody disrespects you. Make sure everybody respects you, but you try to respect yourself more and be that person who could be a role model for your juniors. Because this is very important. You are a woman, there is a particular kind of attitude you are supposed to show to be respected. So don't forget this, but never stop yourself. Like, go in for it. Everybody is able to do whatever they want to do once they put their mind to it.
It's like whenever you encounter some, hurdles, that should not
stop
kick
you.
No,
No,
it should not kick you back, but
fact,
instead,
it should help you. Yes.
Yeah.
Never get to, probably you are walking and then you get to an obstacle and you're like,
maybe
okay,
I just need to give up.
No.
So you would advise them to take that as a challenge.
Oh yes, face the obstacle, bring it down. You are 10 times stronger than whatever strength you had before. You have, in fact, before you get to that level, because I went through a lot of challenges, scholarship challenges. My friends traveled, came back with their degrees, they became my boss. So you see, that's a big challenge. I could have said, I will not excel in this field. There was a time I passed by the airport and I was like, listen, I will never enter a plane. Because I had given up. I had given up. But you see, we have different paths in this life. People's journeys are different. You have to believe this. Focus is important. You have a goal, aim at it, focus, and never be scared of challenges. And never be scared of failure. You may fail 10 times, but the 11th time you pass, you are above the skies. So let everybody go in for whatever they want to do. Just be sure that they are doing the right thing and don't hurt anybody.
Yes. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm feeling motivated though. So,
I hope the girls and women out there are listening. They are the ones I want to motivate.
They are listening.
The ground is already set for you as a man. The problem is with them.
They are the people that need this the most. And I hope they are listening. And in alfalfa na mi alon ko iba wolle koto because the ningo damang yenyi motivation also is not all.
No.
It doesn't limit to that. Ayanda ka alfalfa na sort of mi alon ko aba parila ka makoi in that what she believes. So mbafala alfale ko alimbara atol mi moljibe can be on Generation Next. This is Mrs. Nyima Jobarteh, electrical engineer. So coming akamin for wole bije and this is the most important thing. Ko dinding on after minkela is very important for yela moyala because yela dinding wulu aita karambungoto itela sama karambungoto even though atata karanta at some point in time ni dinding on nata inyanda ite as the parent inyanda ka make so yala strength
yela moyala that you are putting in your head ko nganya wulu lata in career then you are hell bent to that. Why?
Yes, so the moment mina yela moyala rek ake alka nyomoy nole anu ika dinding of na strength lon nole.
Yes.
It's very important. So, but Miss Nyima, we want to know because if you do that, and jama bije futu le la hodolti ila faka fengo fenke after schooling ila faka fengo fenke this is what they think ninda fum fututa what if nim fututa what if ninga nyinke ninda fum fututa so that is always the dilemma they face and they keep on thinking about this and wala ka na jama bije found they feel really cool at some point in time you can see why not be a housewife. Among your choice, it's not their choice, but they think nita for food it think you know. It mean food the same thing. How does your marriage support your career and personal growth?
Okay, like I mentioned before, my marriage has never been an obstacle in my career. If anything, I have had all the support to go further. Yes, there are little challenges, like I said, that balance between home and office. Yes. Yes. So for women out there who think marriage may be a challenge, choose the right partner. Choose a partner whom you have the same kind of thinking with. Don't let love confuse you, and then later you regret. When the love fades away, you will feel like you are caged, and that is not funny. Marriage is forever is too long to be unhappy. Yes. So try to find out, discuss with the man you're about to get married to. If anything, have a witness to this if you don't trust him enough. Like, if you really want to be a career woman, and this is what he has agreed to, make sure he understands that it is important to you that you're a career woman. And that he is ready to support you through it, because you need his support. As partners, the man needs the woman's support, the woman needs the man's support. So if you don't get that support, I can't lie to you on that. You would crumble. There is no way you will excel in your career. So we are hoping that you are able to talk to the person and not think that I will not go into this field because when I get married, I may not be able to handle it. We hope that every woman goes into fields they want to go into without thinking twice, that somebody out there will come and interrupt my career plans. So when you make that decision and go into the field and you get married, unfortunately, it now becomes a problem. Get someone to talk to. Maybe your husband is not wicked. Maybe he's feeling threatened that you are becoming a big boss. You may dominate him. So probably talk to him. Have that, watch him. Try to see if he is in a receptive mood. The day that you know he's in a receptive mood, then you talk to him and make him understand who you are, how your relationship with him means to you, how much it means to you, and how much you would never let your career interfere with your marriage. Then maybe if it is fear, he will listen. But if it is because of family pressure, probably he will also tell you that maybe you can find a way to have someone talk to his family.
But fear, like it is widely believed so we know how it works. We realize that K Jamal PJ because we realize that K Jamal PJ like their problem is namuso ben dankan namuso ben dankan. So that is a challenge. Yeah.
So no keta doron problem bala watit.
So ite muso ba mune kenola.
Ite muso men kenol.
Kawsilo bato.
So comme me explain kan. Like follow ba cross la follow mo jani la nyente. Kewo bele ego so ba dolta o kambital. No case if you need to be very very careful. Natare akanole. Try to make him understand these things with jala futu. Because ni futu long sometimes school ko kolea. But sometimes before you futu bana kolea. So depend on rek ni ale dema. But natata for after the level ina diam. Janale futu natata fa agree to ko be kala kare o man. Ani telafta ko waleke. Within amela dina nila adatinya bara lafta ka balable just like that ke batan direct. You see football ka wali yo lesson anu comme kanyim men fenke ko ni be futu bun kono mo manya na mine be la bun kono handi no ma fo nyaat na fotara a certain level to you see wali yo mo kumal me ko ci la haji fala banda you see kuman no le ya fo ni nam nyaam ngal na ko to ya nya dino ya la nyaame wala muso esi so kono keweta nyendro mbe yal na ko membe la ro kunante wala kewol be muso la everything
provide
la bari ibu ka okay no because jamano le fon kolera right now
so ida muso ba ke kana pour ka
exactly dinni won musol be dinni won la school fees ol do kan jan so kewo e ka je na ya be la kan fa kana ke mo sangra de won Allah ginin karo siya Allah so pour ko bondi ka wala nan be nyenke kan so ala explain ay ko be nyenke kan pour nga nyoma ko isa ja ta fon ni spend it tara as a happy man so that it will not look like he's a money making machine but he's my partner we are partners enjoying love enjoying family so is it parents will find involved no like so sorry woliol because sometimes when you bring in parents are complicate like man if to woliol not in the am time maybe especially kewal anyon kewal no like explain ko e me mere sila nyam me sila ko men do wonta nyen parce que na change because nga model me ko ati ala family le ka fay ñi muso be ñi ñaare ndending ñi mbula ñe ko do sotade e be fola muso me ala ko ala mind le make ka fudite ay kewal be je dunya ko kule bo badal ndi la ke boy tata I'm not saying women don't do it though but mo fa ne kal na musu ñaadi le bebul it's very important so ne o challenge so they should look for help they shouldn't let their career go in vain like that they should look for help but na kum tamantafu obviously we all know ko etele be fola rek sis wako but it's not fair ka career woman na kana la career tinya ni ta stay home wife la stay home wife futu
very good advice ni after stay home wife la
stay home wife ni career woman
so fanang ni lafta ila career accomplish la make sure you marry a guy that is going to support
exactly
your career so I mean what are the tips you know in maintaining a strong partnership while pursuing professional goals
it starts with dialogue right before you get married what kind of man or what kind of woman am I choosing this one is for the streets you are blinded by love sometimes it can happen to anybody then you realize I was blinded by love but I found the cold but but you still want this man or you still want this woman especially for women you still want this man I'll advise that in a kacha you change strategy come you're submissive especially when you are at home let nothing that has to do with work come into the home it's like at feel threatened you can musota ni fitara sokon you can musota ye I can but if I never more choose like I'm going to make dinosaur because make dinosaur wala ku kenya so na fanan because na eje ebe effort ke kan abela effort appreciate lale aba lon na fanan ko ebe effort ke as a wife ata fanan responsibility braka as a husband so iba jala if na effort ke ye partnership na ye time dia la because aba collateral da able to ya do ko la ijina na do ko ya busy on your laptop and all so ya dia la so the first tip is choose the person that you think any memorial nyamo killing. Sometimes that may be out of your hands. You may fall in love with the wrong person, or not the wrong person as such, but also a diverse, different fan culture. But if that happens, dialogue. Alkacha.
Because me mako yela career pursue. Fanya alabang you attain those goals.
Yes.
Obviously, whatever you got.
But exactly.
Because time when I pursue kang, I think na ataranunko, it was some sort of a burden on him. Biri wotumola la batandilera. But biri wotumola ajeko this is a good deal and I'm gonna drive you through this. Obviously ni wete mako biraba collaring wotumo minna. For be itela o professional goals should attain. Obviously he is not gonna give it back.
Yeah, exactly. So this one is for the streets and we went in. Not that always somebody that avoid the career is going down the drain.
Sure.
So talk to him. Talk to him and also try as much as possible to give him all the attention he needs because sometimes they need attention. Not that they are bad, but maybe they had a very rough childhood, they need love and attention. So more for the partner can study along. So near study along, you adapt and adjust. You have to motivate adjust. More base, in a very conducive environment.
Thank you so very much, Mrs. Jobarteh. The next question, are there any notable projects or innovations you've been part of as an engineer?
Yes, true, because as an engineer, you cannot even graduate from school without building something. So during my HND, myself and my team, we came together and built a GSM-based smart meter, where if NAWEC wants to observe any illegal connections, every meter will be connected. There is a GSM in it. There is a SIM card in it that will send them message to let them know that we are stealing or something. So that was what we built. So in my BTEC, we built a DTMS-based lawn mower, what we do to cut grass.
Yeah.
So you don't really have to be holding it and making noise everywhere. You can be in your room and remotely controlling it to mow for you, to avoid people mowing under the sun, getting drained. And also we have a camera on it to avoid accidents and the like. So in Nawek also, I was part of the installation of the Brikama power plant. That's the Wasilla plant to finish. That is why we were sent there to work so that we know everything about the connections and the like. So those are the
notable.
Yes,
so
projects that I've been in other projects, but these are the active ones.
The most notable
the ones that I have been actively involved in.
This is inspiring, and thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So looking ahead, you know, what are your future aspirations, both in your career and your involvement in
Women in STEM Gambia? Thank you very much
because
for that question.
comme ya fo nyaming industry le mi alon ko aka innovate le.
Yes.
You know, by day everything you see new things and you can think so you better feel like, you know, to innovate yourself, you know, even better. So what are the, you know, what are the your aspirations in the future?
Yes, I've seen a lot of problems in the way people manage energy in the Gambia. So I feel that demand side management is where our problem is. There's a way people will manage energy in the Gambia. Now we cannot have much of a problem. So I want to have a consultancy firm where I pray that the girls I mentor in Women in STEM Gambia will become engineers like me and then work with me in that consultancy firm to help NAWEC and other engineering companies, to come up with engineering and energy solutions in the future, so that things are a bit better than they are right now.
So you mean right now the wastage is too excessive?
It is. People are buying cash power and complaining, but they are the ones using it, wasting it, let me say. But they don't know.
They don't have the technical know-how.
Yes.
They don't know how to use power without consuming a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
so you think if you in the future you're
if
thinking
I have
about
that farm,
having that farm,
I can help. Yes, I can help solve a lot of energy solutions. That has been my desire for a very long time, and I hope that I will have an all-girls farm to help solve.
All girls. Maybe I'll be the only guy.
No problem.
Okay.
That's because I want to give the guys the opportunity to come and hold positions.
It is innovative. It is innovative because a lot of people out there would be using, electricity, but they don't know how to consume it.
Yes.
They don't have the consciousness of consuming electricity, whilst you don't waste a lot. So obviously,
so that you don't keep complaining. But you every day you pull one shirt and iron it. Tomorrow you pull one shirt and iron it. You don't know if you pick all your shirts or all your clothes and iron them at once. That would have saved you a lot of consumption than it was single ironing. So if people know all these things, a lot will change. The bulbs you are using in the houses, the appliances you are using, look at the without checking the wattages and the like. So all these things.
So consumption consciousness.
Yes. So I
wish you one day come up with this farm.
Thank you.
This is gonna help. This is gonna help.
Thank you.
So the last question we have, but not the least.
Okay.
What advice do you have for the young girls aspiring to follow your footsteps, and what specific goals should they aim for? Because you have chapters in schools, and your notable schools will mention it is up to more than 5. Let's say close to 10. What advice do you have for those young girls? They have this dream to be just like you tomorrow. Okay.
First of all, it is important that we, the professionals, get to these girls early. So that when we get close to them, not even as mentors, but as friends, it will give them the opportunity and ask them. Every girl I meet, I ask you, what do you want to become? So each of these students, anytime you get in contact with a professional, start chatting with the professional. Probably you will get guidance.
And these questions help because what do you want to become? It's then like a challenge.
Yes. I never thought of that.
Sort of assignment. It is an anonymous guy. A stranger. It is someone that for school bank. and ila saka mineke yenda wala study la so amari wo kake challenge lati because at that point I realized like okay mole konti ko ila saka mineke sama ila saka la mineke
because sometimes I don't come message because in school so I let my number being open. That's why sometimes when I want to rest I just put my phone on silence because tons of messages coming. So these kids they'll be like, auntie, one child though, I don't know how to decide because I want to be an engineer, I want to be a doctor. They will mention three. I want to be a lawyer.
Because dindi yale mi malom follow ko okay yara fa ñin sa clinique.
Yes. So someone told me I want to be a doctor. I said you can be a biomedical engineer. That you are in the, and the person was shocked. He was so happy because I was like but also an engineer, and that solves it. So why engineering car? Maybe the parents. Some parents are very helpful. Some mothers listen. So because their mom like see who used to listen and choose careers for you. So halfway. So they should talk to people so that people advise them. And also maybe when people advise them, they should put their eye on the goal and not listen to people telling them you can't do this. Let nobody tell you can't do this. But once you put your mind to it, work towards it, you can achieve it. So
but professional soul fanamiyalanko professional just like you should always make so fananko ye wo nyatandi dinningola ye that relationship tandi dinningola ye fan hanyini dinningola to this extent that ko dinningol ba hanyila to reflect back to them
yes,
whatsoever hurdle they might come across, whatsoever thing they want to do, they're going to have the tip of the iceberg.
Yes, they will not.
It's very important. So the one thing I love about a professional, you go to the schools, you got a school because in the West, where it's very normal. You can be a professional in whatsoever society.
They will do seminars.
They go to the schools, they meet these children in here.
One session, like a more life change.
Yeah, you can more life change.
That's why Women in STEM is coming up with networking programs every year. Annually, the networking event where professional and students will have one-on-one time. We have fun, like it's a dinner. Come, let's talk freely. Then they will tell us what they want or what their fears are, and we discuss with them. We don't even. My president is way older than a lot of these kids, but she's on these pages chatting with them like this is their age mate. She likes to listen to them. So, and a lot of Women in STEM members, we do that a lot. I have Basalimane wherever she is. She has a lot of her students, girls. It has and no some but she likes to motivate them. She's always with them. So she's mentoring those girls and changing their lives. Because looking at her alone, she's enough motivation.
So, ni karanta, it's very important to go back to reflect back to the people back. Because when karanta fati, ni karanta yemul karandi. Hani dino fa wala ni karanta yemul karandi. So it's very important for a mole ni bota school o minto. Like your alumni, ni that for graduate, ita for karanta, ita professional. You go back to the school that brought you up, the school that molds you into that person and give back. So giving back is not kataka kodo sikakadi because kodo man but then no like means soto it's more important than what you can think. So kataka move back to the schools, kataka student will meet in here kacha, because they are just like you started. So it's very important.
It's very important, and even during our launching we did the My Journey So Far again, and it was very funny. Almost all the people we picked were married. I never knew all of them were going to talk about the literal challenges they had. They will be like, somebody will tell you, I started my specialist program, as a medical doctor, I got pregnant. Imagine how difficult pregnancy is. Somebody will tell you, I wanted to write my PhD and I had 4 miscarriages. So these students were there. I brought one student that day and she was like, Auntie Nyima, I thought things are easy for you people. I didn't know you have challenges. I said, yes, that is life. So never let any challenge stop you in this world. Whatever it is, you the girl out there, choose your career well. If you have problems in choosing your career, talk to a professional that you look up to. Yes. Ask the person questions. Be sure that the person your parents are aware that you are dealing with the person, because you may never know who some people are also. Then when you get there, you have this career goal, focus. Life is out there. You will always enjoy yourself later, but focus, know that this is what I want and go get it. Work very, very hard, because you will not have it easy. It's not, life is not a bed full of roses where you come and lie down and enjoy yourself. Nope. Every day we wrestle, every day, until we achieve whatever we want to achieve. And I hope that every girl would know this and know that everybody goes through challenges. But what makes us different is that we don't give up.
So well enough, it's important for every mentor, you make so you speak the truth to your mentee. Yata nala ko challenges sol te bayin.
Well, exactly. Don't make it look like everything is easy. No. We all went through hell.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kanat nala ko everything would be rosy. And nala ko challenges sol binale. But ni challenges sol nata. How he or she is going to defy the challenges.
Yeah.
How the person is going to overcome the challenges. It's the most important thing.
Yes.
In whatsoever you do. That is the first thing you think about. Ninga challenges also. Mbe overcome la nyadi. The moment you mind train wala, you fan prepare wala, whatsoever challenge that comes your way, aka easily purka overcome.
Sure.
Yeah. So bading on bafula ko alnimbara. This is your show Generation Next episode 4 on Kasa TV. Coming alialo nyami being Mrs. Nyima Jobarteh le soto jang. Musukema, an iron-fisted lady. I kujama le fojang mini yalon ko ibana dindingol mako la ba ke la mini yalon ko wolle musolti mini yalon ko bi ibita kan karam moto and they wanna be like Auntie Nyima. Auntie Nyima is in a male dominated field, electrical engineer for be aba nawek anu place bale babuluje. So musu ya mira ko take ofa na maranula ike fongole nene, you can still be a boss in a male dominated field. So Nyima is Auntie Nyima is a very big example. Alsalo wonyama. So Auntie Nyima, we will give you the chance to inning Najibe Lalie.
Okay.
I mean, goodbye, you know.
Okay, thank you very much for this opportunity. Na femfe nim fajang me ala kanen silo mantam dal hakedane la. Na femfe nim fana men silo tar alhamdulillah. We hope that nga mo woni ofen fana marizi yampama. Na mo manding anybody who felt me a miracle nga mem ko akumata le. Isa kata bake ya advice nyinta ifana ya do manding kata be konamento. Gambia kam tala nyen tabulo ni momunde do mandilan wata tin tabulo fara la mbiya enjoy dela tam Gambia ti ala nga kafunyo musuninki nga competition nyo stop nga kelo stop anen nyo saba anen nyo seya ntele kumayata on tele kata hani be killing
ni musol fana kacha
ni musol ni ke wole kacha nga nyo faham ngalon ko be ku killing isa Gambia si dia mbes kan ni Gambia kuyata sinyo ko ka sinyo kar ko ni Gambia ko ni tala bun kuyata itala bun be dia sa me fam na bun su kuyano ban ni be la bun be dia alhamdulillah isa ja be soni ala baraka bake ba comme nga fanya ba hakedan la ba sa baraka bake fana time menta fana ke la moyenna de kunni ngo sita jambi na do man dingo me ngalong nalia share. Allah baraka bake, thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, our beautiful audience. Mbafulale ko alnimbara Allah baraka bake bi kamol jibe jang on Generation Next on Kasa TV. Mbafulale ko mbal bulala for next Friday inshallah ni alasunda with another absolute guest inshallah. Allah baraka bake.